Hello, once again. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports, man. You know what it is. Hey, it's a busy weekend, so I really didn't put up no thumbnail and keep it formal. You know what I'm saying? The way it's usually supposed to be here at World Combat Sports. I know people are going to tune in and say, damn, he didn't even drop a thumbnail. I don't even know what he's talking about. But it's going to be a quick one, man. First and foremost, salute to the WCS supporters, one team, one fight. Always appreciate it, each and every one of you that tune in and drop through for the live chats and support the channel. Appreciate the donations each and every day for rocking with me. I want to start off by talking about Jermall Charlo. I've been on here plenty of times where I've gotten to the point where I'm saying to myself, like, okay, black fighters, we do need to take this risk, right? And what I mean by risk is it really doesn't have to do with the act of fighting risk. It has to do with the decision-making process on taking the risk, right? That's first and foremost. In order for someone to actually attend a fight, they have to make a decision to compete or challenge that individual. What I look at in this situation right here with Jermall Charlo, I'm saying to myself, like, if you truly want to move up to 168, do it like everybody else is doing that chooses to move up. You know what I'm saying? Do it like Rigondeaux. Do it like Mikey Garcia. Do it like Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Take the risk, take the challenges, and freaking move up. You know what I'm saying? Even Alexander Usyk, unified the titles at cruiserweight, and then he moved up to heavyweight. Well, what I don't understand is, in fact, that Jermall Charlo is saying that he has stopped David Benavidez in 6 rounds, right? We all know David Benavidez, in my opinion, at 168 is better than Sergey Derevyanchenko at 160. That's just me. I'm just telling you what I think. That's just my OP, right? So for the language to always be knocking out, I don't care about none of that shit. When it comes down to it, we want to make it official by signing a fight first and foremost, making it official, and then we can see what you're about to do, with the promo and the lead up and everything, because you have the right one. You know what I'm saying? You have the right two, really. You have Jermall Charlo, who can talk his shit, and you have David Benavidez, who can talk his shit. Jermall Charlo, you know what I'm saying, moving up from 160 to 168. Just say yes. Just go ahead and make it happen. Don't put too many fillers in there with the same retreaded trash talking that we see all the time. I'm gonna knock you out. I'll knock you out. We don't need to see you knock them out verbally. We don't need to see the visual of you hopping on social media and telling us, okay, you'll knock out David Benavidez. Just goddamn let the fight come to fruition and you make that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Michael Lewis, what's good, bro? Salute to you. So I'm like, appreciate you being the first one in the building, man. Salute. Real talk. Appreciate your support, my brother. So I'm saying to myself, like, we have some big fights that's out there, right? All we need is commitment. It's a time right now in boxing is regenerating that resurgency, rather, regenerating that popularity and attention. So for the big names that's out here attached to some of the fighters that we want to see, it might be in a different division. We just want to see you make the commitment to move up. People can dog Canelo out all they want, but when the word come out that Canelo is moving up to face somebody, he's moving up to face somebody. You don't hear him goddamn hopping on this motherfucking stallion and riding off into the motherfucking pastures and talking shit on camera and social media to my, yeah, you made me come out here and ride my stallion, my $1 million stallion through the motherfucking fields in order for me to get my mind straight, to let you know I'm gonna knock you out in 6 rounds. We don't want to hear none of that shit. Just make the fight happen. Just get with your people and say, okay, let's go. All this back and forth, man, I swear to God, you know, boxing fans, even the casuals, we've heard this shit all before. You're a 2-division champion, right? I'm not gonna tell you how you got your belt, but at this point in time, Charlo, man, I like the Charlo brothers, but damn, you know, this would be a good step-up fight for you if you want to mix it up and put your name in the equation at 168. David Benavidez is that guy. You can't sit up here and scrutinize his last performance against a tough black fighter just like you. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Ellis, man, he was tough. Ronald Ellis was motherfucking tough, dog. He went out on his shield, basically. He didn't quit, never surrendered or retreated. Motherfucker came in there to fight. What more are you looking for? You can't be a motherfucking top tier name in the sport of boxing, but yet you're going to criticize your compeer in another division, all because he was giving the work to David Benavidez, someone who you haven't even stepped up and committed to fight. You haven't even stepped up and said you wanted to fight David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? When are you going to step up and say, let's get it? Not everything else aside, man, let's go get this fight. That's what we want to see. Nothing more, because it'll be a damn good scrap at 168. If y'all go in there and perform the way you're supposed to, then potentially you'll get a shot at Canelo Alvarez. But what is the crazy thing about it? I don't even know. I'm saying this, potentially get a shot at Canelo Alvarez, as if you all need to be in his good graces or something. Like Canelo's at a point in his career that he picks and selects who he fucking fights, right? But it's in a different way. Like he's selecting individuals that mean something to his legacy. He's just not selecting anyone just to be in the ring with him. I.e., you know, Abner Yildirim don't count because that was a promissory note on him. But he's pretty much selecting fighters that mean something to his legacy. So David Benavidez, in my opinion, is that guy, man. He fought a great fight. Yeah, you know, I'm not agreeing with him being squared up as much as he was in there with Ronald Ellis. But both of those guys exchanged hands. They had their moments where both of them had their success in getting off their power punches. You know what I'm saying? Their punch set combinations. They had success. Defense could have been a lot better. I know Charlo is looking at this fight saying that if you stand in front of me like that, I'm going to knock you out. Well, guess what? He's not going to fight you the same way he fought Ronald Ellis. He fought Ronald Ellis different than when he fought Darrell. I mean, seriously. It's boxing. It's a sweet science. They're going to go back to the gym and they're going to pretty much come up with a game plan. And they're gonna execute that game plan once it's time to split the ropes with you, there, Mal Charlo. But I got to hold my people accountable too, bro. Like I like leaders, seeing leaders, for y'all to step up and be leaders, man. We trailing right now. Boxing is being taken over by the Latino fighters from the amateurs on up. So what I'm saying to you all, if you want to put your place, if you want to etch your place in boxing history and be a prominent player, you have to start making some decisions that take risk. You have to start going out here and make some risks, man, that people look at and they say, okay, I respect that right there. We got to. Believe it or not, it's a lot of, you will look at this sport and say, you know, it's a lot of fighters out here that I know. But it's also a lot of fighters out here that you don't know that isn't black fighters. We're a small grain in this sport, believe it or not, when it comes to popularity, when it comes to the big names in the sport. I'm serious. I don't think too many people are paying attention to it. But I think more times people pay attention to the popular names that may be black fighters and not the overall scope of how many prominent names we actually have sitting at the top tier. Just put this into consideration of the pound for pound list. Seriously, that will give you everything you need to know. That will lens the moment for you. Just look on the pound for pound list. We have Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence on the pound for pound list. Where are all the other ones at? Where? So you have to understand why I'm saying, okay, it's time to step up, take more risks. They're talking about a paycheck. It should be more of us on that pound for pound list. It should be more of us taking risks for these big fights. You know what I'm saying? We need more fights like the Errol Spence, Sean Porter. We need more of that. We need more fights like the Deontay Wilders when he was fighting the Luis Ortiz or Bermane Staverns, Dominic Brazil, even though it lasted. I mean, I'm just saying they wasn't out here making a big deal about fighting another black fighter. Even if you have to fight, it don't matter. You're basically doing it for your legacy, man. So whether it's black fighter, Latino fighter that you have to fight, step up and fight the best, man. Go after the best. Do something that's not predictable, that they didn't see it coming. We see the trash talking coming. So I'm just saying to you, Charlo, like, give us something different. Just say, you know what? I'm going to fight David Benavidez. Boom, get it over with. If you better than him, you plan on moving up to 68, cool. And then your brother, Mel Charlo, whenever he unifies, and I truly believe he's unifying, he did something special. But yet he still have to take risks to be considered great, because 154 division is not going to be enough for him to get out the sport. And they say he was a great fighter. No, he needs to step up and do something just a bit more than unifying the division. So go up to 160, make some noise. I like what Crawford's saying, if indeed he has that on his agenda. I like what he said. Crawford said he wouldn't mind, stepping up to 154. That'll be good for Crawford if that's indeed on his itinerary. You know what I'm saying? Chad in the building, what's good? Benavidez is freaking freak at 168. His offensive skills are an issue for any fighter he faces. Yeah, man, his skills, his range, length, his height, and his tenacious aggressiveness, is going to make any fight interesting. It's up to his opponent to shut that down and get his respect. And he needs a dance partner like Jermall Charlo that can do that. Jermall Charlo has a skill set to move up to 168 and do damn good things in that fight against Benavidez. He does. He has all the ability to go in there and defeat David Benavidez, period. He has it. Benavidez versus Charlo will be a classic. I agree, man. I just want it to happen. Get that haggler mentality. Yeah, man, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going against, my people, the black fighters, but I'm saying it comes a time where you need to look around and see how many fighters you look around, black fighters that you look around. 17 divisions in boxing. How many divisions do you see a black fighter ranked at the highest position? I'm talking about consistently from division to division. You know what I'm saying? Do you see it at 140? Do you see it at 135? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about at least two of the sanctioning bodies. At least two of the sanctioning bodies. You know what I'm saying? Even at 130, who do we have? We have Jermall Herring that's about to face Carl Frampton. That's one. You know what I'm saying? Go down to 126. Who do we have? Gary Russell Jr., WBC. Who else do we have? I like what Shakur Stevenson did. He won his title, and then he moved up to 130. Now he's waiting to fight, and he's going to stay down there for a minute because he's trying to unify the division. That's what I'm talking about. I like his mentality, his attitude, man. What about 54? If we had more Jermall Charlos trying to do what Jermall Charlo is doing, that'd be great. 160 across the board. We have Jermall Charlo, and we have Gennady, we have Yoda Murata, and we have Demetrius Andrade. We hear rumblings talking about potentially maybe Gennady Golovkin and Charlo in the future. I don't think so. I don't think motherfucking Gennady won't do shit. He ain't gonna fight no Charlo. Murata, he was elevated to the belt once Canelo Alvarez vacated. We ain't hearing shit from him. And then Demetrius Andrade, the same shit. Like check this out. Mal Charlo don't want to give Demetrius Andrade a shot because of what he did long time ago. That's just petty. Seriously, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's petty bullshit, bro. Change this lighting. Brig Johnson's in the building. What's good? Charlo is not going to KO Benavidez. I never said he was going to KO. I mean, first of all, I appreciate your input. I never said he was going to KO. I didn't say that. I said he'd put up a good fight. I'm not sure if somebody else said he was going to KO, but I never said Charlo is going to KO Benavidez. Hit the replay. Never said it. I said he has everything it takes to beat David Benavidez. He does. He has a skill set at 168 to defeat Benavidez. Benavidez has the skill set to defeat Charlo. It'll be a classic, you know, just like my boy said up here. I think it was Mike who said it'd be a classic. Yeah. You know, it'd be a motherfucking classic because both of these guys can box. They can legitimately box. SB90 in the building. What's good? Salute. Benavidez versus Charlo. I can't pick a winner, honestly. I agree with that. Seriously, I agree with that. Benavidez 10 or 11 round was with the stop. Okay. So Johnson saying Benavidez. I mean, that's far-fetched. In my opinion, I can't sit up here and say 10 or 11. Just because Durrell was having pretty good success against Benavidez, Anthony Durrell. The fight was stopped because of his eye. I mean, he was doing pretty decent. Styles make fights, shawty. You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear Charlo talking shit if somehow he win. He has to make the fight and win, though, until then stop talking. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, when it comes down to it, Mike, we heard this shit before. We heard, I'll beat your ass. I'll knock you out. You know what I'm saying? We heard all that shit before. We've heard all that. We heard I'll beat your ass. I'll knock your ass out. I'll whoop your ass. I'll wash him. He trash. He a bum. We heard that shit. I'm tired. I want something new, man. I want something new. Exciting. You know what I'm saying? Johnson say, salute, big bro. What's good with you? Andrew Charles in the building. Salute, man. He said, salute, World Combat Sports. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. No Charlo is talking. He will stop him 4, 5, 6 rounds. So let's talk about what Johnson just said. That's what I mentioned earlier. Charlo gets on here talking about he'll stop. He'll stop Benavidez in 6 rounds, right? And then I look at, man, hold up, man. This lighting keeps changing on me from the outside. The AI lighting is being blended in. Hold on for a second, bro. I'm up here. I'm using some other because I'm about to hit the road. So I'm using my Ecamm link rather than my usual webcam. But check this out. Like Johnson said, right? I take Charlo saying he's going to knock somebody out in 6 rounds like Benavidez. The same way I look at Ryan Garcia saying he's going to knock out Gervonta Davis in 2 rounds. I treat it the same way. I'm treating this shit the same way. Real talk. I'm saying, man, stop it. Stop it. Ain't nobody trying to hear this shit, bro. Nobody trying to hear you going to knock out Benavidez in 6 rounds. Stop it, man. Just stop that shit. The hardcore fans, the real ones know, even the temporaries, they know, man, come on. You went the distance with Sergey Deryanchenko, bro. I'm not gonna name all the fighters you went the distance with. Stop, man. Just motherfucking sign the fight. That's all we gotta do. Sign the motherfucking fight. That's all you have to do. I don't want to hear shit else. But make the damn fight and stop talking. Spence just came out not too long ago. He put out a tweet, saying the same thing about if he get a 3rd belt, let's see who, let's see who's gonna whatever, who's not gonna talk to who's not gonna fight, who's not gonna want to fight who or whatever. Basically saying he get 3 belts. He believes Terrence Crawford is not going to be willing to step up and fight him. And I say it like this. We're so burnt out over here and this motherfucking stage play Spence is putting on. I hear my guys, man, talking about it. It's nothing personal. It's just boxing talk. I hear my guys, supporting Errol Spence. I get it, bro. I get it. Y'all have y'all favorite fighters. I get it. It's nothing against y'all. Real talk. Just like I have my favorite fighters, right? What I'm saying, Errol Spence, he's always talking about nothing. Like, dude, it's better sometimes. Like if you're a big name in the sport and the fans out here salivating for your motherfucking fight against Crawford, at least come up here and give us something that's tantalizing. You know what I'm saying? Something that's good for our boxing appetite. Stop coming up here with goofy shit, nigga. Like, damn. I mean, we already know you might get the 3rd belt rather than Crawford. But why Errol Spence just come out and say some dumb shit? Like everything he say is deterring the fight. He's not telling the fight fans that, hey, I just can't wait to step in the ring with Crawford. It'll be epic. It's going to be epic. Stand by. We're going to make this fight. It's always something opposite of what we expect him to come out with. You know what I'm saying? He's coming out about getting a 3rd belt and still, acting like it's a bookmark in between him and Crawford. Like he's trying to do anything and everything to prove to the fans on why he should lowball Terrence Crawford. Y'all got to hold that man responsible for that shit too, bro. Me, along with millions of others, are tired of hearing this cat talk. Somebody take his motherfucking damn social media access. Just put it on timeout just for a little bit. Just put it on timeout for 8 months. We're waiting to see who the next person he fights. Okay, you're the unified champion, right? So, we're waiting on, to see who you fight next, if it's going to be somebody important. But so far, when it comes down to the big name like Crawford, nothing. I can't co-sign on that bullshit. I've been listening to this over and over again. It's a stage play right now. For real. Every time when Errol Spence pop up and say something, it's going to be Sesame Street in this bitch. For real. It's going to be Sesame Street, man. Like, just damn fight so we can leave you and Crawford alone and talk about important shit that's dealing with you all stepping in the ring. Not coming over here, putting up a title. Crawford don't want to do this because of Spence. Like, I'm a Crawford fan, so I'll say, okay, Bud, and I'll talk about Bud versus Errol Spence, what he wants, what happened, just coming up with hypotheticals, right? And then you get Errol Spence talking his nonsense and want to make it about money and percentages, which I think is bullshit because you really want to fight. Let's make the motherfucker happen. I'm just so sick and tired of the motherfucking clown show, dog. I'm not calling Spence a clown. It's just his theatrics is clownish. Like already the good part about it, already people know that you want to fight in Texas as much as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't have no problem. You trying to milk it for much as you possibly can. Since Texas is 100% right now, you want to somehow, some way believe that you can sell out Cowboy Stadium. The only person that potentially might be able to help you achieve that is Terrence Crawford. No one else. You're not going to do it with Keith Thurman. And I don't even think really if Manny Pacquiao was a champion, I don't think you could do it just because of his age. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely not going to do it with your Dina Zugas. You're not, it's no way you can do it on a Mikey Garcia rematch. You're not going to do it on a Sean Porter rematch. You're definitely not going to do it on a Danny Garcia rematch. Seriously. You're definitely not going to do it on a Kell Brook rematch. I mean, come on, man. Delgado, what's good? It's a good one, that's for sure. I agree, man. It is. It's a good one, for sure. $10K in the building. What's good? Lewis say Spence was drinking and thinking of ways to not fight, but it's duck season. Man, you know, I always take his hashtag and look at it like this. He talking about man down, and my hashtag for Spence is man up. Man, come on, dog. Just man up and motherfucking make this shit happen. That's all we want, man. We don't want none of that other bullshit. It's just too much to continue to talk about, dog. Like, this is unfortunate because they're in their 30s right now. And I don't know, on the grand scale of things, I really hope if this fight happened, it's in the right place. And it's no controversy behind it. Like, it's no robbery. And also, I hope it does solid numbers. Because for Spence, I mean, he the one said he wanted to unify the division. So it's two big things on the back end that has to happen. He has to do solid PPV numbers in order to keep this train going of him supposedly doing these numbers, which are not incredible numbers, right? And then he has to win. He has to beat Terrence Crawford. And I don't see Errol Spence beating Terrence Crawford. You know, Roy Jones said it in the video himself, man. A lot of people got upset about it. You know what I'm saying? But Roy Jones said it himself, man. Do I still have that clip up? Do I still have that clip of Roy Jones talking?
Earl can't stop. Earl might not knock him out. Earl big for the weight class. But they don't mean Bud got just much a more dog than Earl got.
Oh, no, I believe you. I know. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, you see, man.
Talk to him, Roy. Talk to
I'm
him.
gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, but I don't think what it's looking like to me, Roy. I think Earl needed. I don't know how many times he can make 147.
That's what I said. That's what makes it
I think,
fight.
yeah,
That's why I said I'm making
yeah.
fight because he's so big and he can't punt. And we gotta see how Crawford takes his punt. But for no bigger dog in the game than Bud.
So Roy Jones says no bigger dog in the game than Bud. That's the legend himself speaking. That's the legend himself speaking, bro. He said no bigger dog in the game than Bud Crawford. Seriously. Lewis say EJ fighting for money for legacy, not for legacy. I sort of agree with you on that, SB90, for sure. Mike said EJ fighting the urge to go on a bender. Damn, Lewis going in on Errol, man. Lewis going in on him. Shit. It's stimulus week, goddamn. The stimmies. This is the week of the stimmies, y'all. This is the week of the stimmies. People out here being different. I'm going to talk about that shit at the end, though. People out here, man, people out here brand new. They got their stimmies, they brand new out in the streets. Beauticians are loving it down here in the A. They have appointments for days leading up to Friday. Bird say Charlo's only know how to talk shit, same with Benavidez. No, they can box. They can motherfucking box. Both Charlo and Benavidez can box. I got to give them their props, man. Both of these cats can box. It's just what I'm saying for Charlo. As black fighters and with a twin brother, both of y'all are popular, right? Your brother doing big things at 54 and you a champion at 60. One good move that could be made, right, is the fact that you take that risk and go at 68. That's really a hot division right now, only because of the tension that Canelo Alvarez has with going over there fighting Billy Joe Saunders next and potentially Caleb Plant. It'll be great if Charlo can insert himself into that equation by fighting Benavidez and then the winner fight Canelo. That's all I'm saying, man. I think Benavidez deserves that respect, even though he fucked off the belt twice. You know, one for popping dirty and the other one for damn, coming in 3 pounds over on the scales. They was like, "Fuck you, man. We ain't giving you no more shots." You can't. Bird said you can't expect them not to talk shit. It's not. I'm not expecting them not to talk shit, right? I'm expecting them to take more risk with talking shit. That's all. Just take more risk with talking shit. Don't get on IG talking shit about a fight that you're not gonna make. Like, if you truly aren't moving up to 168 anytime soon, really just be quiet about it. Just stop talking. Just shut the fuck up about it. If you really ain't planning, if you really are not planning to take that step up, don't just stay off social media, stay off Twitter, all that shit. Because it's getting redundant. We want to see something else. We want to see motherfuckers doing the same shit that Canelo Alvarez doing. Real talk. We want to see that shit. We want to see the shit Teofimo is doing. We want to see the moves that Shakur Stevenson's doing. You know, we want to see individuals willing to take risks. You know what I'm saying? Just like Deontay Wilder was doing. But they're gonna have to make a decision one way or the other, man. It is what it is, man. I'm looking at Spence, and I'm saying to myself, well, that's typical Spence. He's chosen the clown role right now. And in 2021, it doesn't seem like him and Crawford is going to come anywhere close to the ring to step in there and compete. Real talk. I don't know if you heard the situation that's going on. It's been just rumbling around, frolicking, skipping around motherfucking boxing media. I don't know if you heard it or not. But, it's a lot of talk about Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, potential trilogy, and then, Deontay Wilder and Dillian White, right? So it's nothing confirmed, but I'm just talking on what I've read out here, right? So the WBC is willing to embrace and entertain an eliminator as if something with the current situation have resolved. They're willing to basically put statements out here as if the current situation at hand that's responsible for the delay in all of this has some way become executed. I will come to a point of conclusion, benediction, whatever the case, and the final order has been rendered, and we can move on with our boxing lives and put it behind us in the heavyweight division. That hasn't been the case yet. But from what I'm hearing, that the WBC is willing to embrace this shit for Deontay Wilder and Dillian White to fight an eliminator. Now, the stupid part about this whole situation is you really are overlooking, like you really jumping over the moon with this. You leaping far over the motherfucking moon when Dillian White has to go in there and defeat Alexander Povetkin, who had been dropped twice in their previous fight and came back and stopped Dillian White. Dillian White has to go in there and defeat Alexander Povetkin. All right? This is all the damn hypothetical shit that's out there in fantasy land. So he has to do that. And now he has to come back over here and finally be able to fight somebody who he's talked about for so long, who a lot of people has been wanting him to fight, in Deontay Wilder. And to be honest with you people, deep down inside, I really want to see Dillian White fight Deontay Wilder too. It's nothing like looking at Dillian White reclining, sunbathing under the damn lights. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dominic Breazeale did, just like so many other fighters. Why not add Dillian White to the highlight reel? Why not? I'm all for that fight. Dillian White, Deontay Wilder. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If Dillian White can get past Alexander Povetkin, I'm talking about in the fantasy world, right? And face Deontay, I'm all for it. Please, Dillian, step in there with Deontay Wilder. The press conference is going to be bonkers, right, as they call it. It's going to be so much trash talking. Well, we don't know how Deontay Wilder is going to come back. You know, he might be stone-faced, but I doubt it. You know, he's going to talk his shit, right? But I really want to see Deontay Wilder, Dillian White. There's nothing I would appreciate more than the Bronze Bomber having Dillian White on the left side of his boxing legend. You know what I'm saying? Green, red, blue. Put him on the green. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, put Dillian White on the green side of your motherfucking boxing record, dog. Why hold the fight up? If they doing anything and everything to get this undisputed, I'm pretty sure we're going to come up with a conclusion. But they're acting and putting media statements out here as if the shit has concluded. We haven't received any official word that it's done and over. But just to get the fight fans to talk about, you know, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. Well, look, check this out, though. As much as people want to say they want, I mean, as much as people want to hype it up and inject all this energy into Joshua Fury, provided with a lot of fake love and embracement, you know what I'm saying? They want to act like this is the ultimate heavyweight fight, that they're going to get all the, how you put it? They're going to get the absolute entertainment that they can ever ask for in a heavyweight undisputed fight. I'm just speaking in general, right? And then they forget how boring of a fight that Tyson Fury had against Klitschko, right? Look, I'm just putting some shit out there, right? So therefore, we know who has the bigger ring. I mean, the better ring IQ, the higher ring IQ heading into this potential fantasy matchup between Fury and Joshua. I would say Tyson Fury, no doubt. I don't want the fans to be entirely upset and outside their scope of sanity too much when it comes down that the fight didn't even come close to living up to Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz rematch. You know what I'm saying? This fight has every potential to equal up to Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz rematch. It has the potential to be that motherfucking boring. Don't say I didn't tell you that shit. I'm trying to pre-warn you. All right, I'm just trying to pre-warn you that this fight, though everybody's hyping up for all the belts and yeah, we want Fury Joshua, you will be dissatisfied at the end of that fight. I'm not putting any type of negative expectations on the fight as if I'm hating, but I'm just telling you that Tyson Fury can make that fight like that. He can. He's the type of boxer that can make that fight very disinteresting, boring, you know what I'm saying, sleepy. He can do that. He can do it for the first half of the fights, and we'll try to see if Joshua can push the pace. We know Joshua gas tank is suspect. So for him to give us that Klitschko energy, I don't think it's going to happen with Fury because he knows Fury can go 12 rounds easy. Joshua, not so much if you have someone pressing. Okay, let's just say, for instance, Tyson Fury pressed Anthony Joshua like he did in the rematch, right? Let's just say he put on the pressure or whatever. And Anthony Joshua can't get him up out of there. Anthony Joshua does the Tony Parker. He's unable to land the right uppercut. Because I think in the Tony Parker fight, he attempted to land that right uppercut like 6 times. And he was missing that shit. Because Tony Parker was so alert to it, his focus was on not being hit with that right uppercut, right? What if Anthony Joshua isn't able to land that right uppercut on Tyson Fury? And Tyson's just able to, hit him with 2 or 3 punches here, there, jab him up, you know what I'm saying? Keep him moving around. What if, per se, Anthony Joshua has to do something he isn't good at? And that is attempt to box off the back foot as a heavyweight fighter. How does that play into a situation that Anthony Joshua is able to handle? I don't think he's able to handle that shit, to be honest. I think it'd be terrible, absolutely his demise in a fight with Tyson Fury if he has to box off the back foot the first half of the fight, because his cardio sucks. Anthony Joshua cardio sucks. So when it comes down to it, believe me, if you think Tyson Fury and his team isn't planning on coming out pushing the pace with Anthony Joshua early, you obviously don't watch the sport as much as you should. They're going to push the shit out. They're going to pull all that motherfucking gas out his lungs. They're going to take everything. They're going to bring in all that lactic acid. They're going to have motherfucking Anthony Joshua breathing. They're going to put Anthony Joshua on sloth lungs the first half of the fight. 6th round, he going to have sloth lungs for real. Every time he throw a punch, that shit going to be in slow motion. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to be in slow motion, man. It's just going to be a horror movie in slow motherfucking motion. But I really hope that Dillian White is able to step in there with Deontay Wilder sometime in the future, and for him to get his ass knocked the fuck out. It's a long time coming. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Shout out to Team Williams Jr., man. Team Williams Jr. is on deck again this week in Alabama. He will be stepping into the ring, a quick turnaround in his 3rd fight within a month, right? And, he's going to be in Alabama, man, and then contending for his 17th victory. So, we want to give a big shout out to Team Williams, Michael Williams Jr., Boy Wonder. The fight will be streamed. So if you can, show your support, man, and tune in and watch Boy Wonder go in there and compete for his 17th victory. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? For real. Check him out. He's doing big things, man. Independent, building this record up. And he's a young 21-year-old lion, bro. So he's very young in the game. So pay attention. Keep your eyes tuned while they continue to grind. 17-0 coming up this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Roy Jones going to be on deck, and the fight is going down in Alabama. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, this is what I'm going to end it with, right? Because I had I did a live on this a while ago. Not too many people are doing lives on this because they're not taking it serious, right? And I'm telling you all to pay attention to what's going on with Triller. There's a lot of shit going on with Triller. They are, before they even came to the boxing scene, they've been in the music industry, a part of the music industry for a while, right? So with this Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight coming on, Jake Paul being 24 years old, Ben Askren being 36. I know there's a little age difference there, 12 years, but the boxing experience between both of them is very minimal, right? But the fight experience, the competing experience goes in favor of Ben Askren. He's fought on the highest level. You know what I'm saying? UFC may be the highest promotion, but he's fought on the highest level of mixed martial arts. So I respect and salute for Ben Askren. So therefore, they are putting on this show next month here in the ATL, shouty. And they're combining artists to perform on that card also. And look, you say to yourself, is it going to make a difference? Like, am I going to watch it? Yeah, because it's different than what you see on Top Right, Showtime, Golden. But you're going to tune in because it's different. You're gonna tune in for it. Let me see in this article I'm reading, else I'm gonna go to my press release. Okay. They say according to Mike Coppinger, but I got the press release too. They say according to Mike Coppinger and World Combat Sports, these are the following musical groups performance for Thriller's Paul vs. Askren card. You have Justin Bieber, the Black Keys, Doja Cat, Sweetie, Diplo, Major Lazer, Mount Westmore, a group with Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Too Short, and E40. All right. Those are some solid names for some artists to be, providing you entertainment for this fight card. Don't shut it down too much, man, because it's only going to get better. Real talk. This is going to get better and better and better as they continue to grow. And you know that the Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos fight is going to be, next down the line for Triller. So just understand that it's going to be more people tuned in to this Triller fight card than you give it credit for right now. You all have to understand why dog it out, because they're mixing, they're blending. That shit been going on in combat sports forever and a day. Just because they're blending names together that people are not really used to seeing in the boxing ring. So be it. They're blending a former champion in Antonio Tarver against a former champion in Frank Mir. You know what I'm saying? Mixed martial arts boxing. They're blending them together. They're blending social media. YouTube personality Jake Paul versus a mixed martial arts champion and Ben Askren. They're blending it together. At the end of the day, it's combat sports, y'all. It's entertainment. More people are going to be tuning in to this Triller than you think. I'm telling you. Look, on low key, they might get on here on social media. These groups and say, "Oh, fuck Triller, we ain't doing it." I'm telling you, people are going to be tuned in because they want to see the entertainment. It's some boxing fans out there that really want to see Justin Bieber. Serious. They really like Justin. Like, come on, Justin Bieber in itself is a legend in the game. And man, come on, man. But all these other artists too, man. You got to give them their props, man. Come on, bro. You got to give the entertainment factor. They're giving you two levels. They're giving you musical entertainment and they're giving you combat sports entertainment. It's gonna be a lot of people that's tuning in for real. They say while it may please some boxing fans to watch different music groups in between sports events, it'll be off-putting to others who don't want to subject to this. It's great if you're a fan than like this. Who's writing this shit? It's better if you're a fan that likes this kind of music, but if you're not, it's just going to be noise. What are you talking about? How it's going to be noise? Who told this guy to write the fucking article? It's just going to be noise. Jake is facing former UFC star Askren, who will be making his boxing debut. Logically, Askren should have the advantage over Jake Paul, given that he's been involved in combat sports for many years, but he doesn't look like he's suited for the stand-up fighting. That's funny how this guy said he doesn't look like he's suited, but yet Ben Askren never looked like he was suited to be in combat sports, period. Ben Askren don't look like he's suited to be a standout wrestler the way he was. He didn't have the motherfucking built ecstatics, and dude was wrecking motherfuckers, dog. He'd never been that guy. He was this goofy, curly head, redhead dude, that you look like you can rob walking down the street. But Ben Askren will fuck you up. Easily the best fight on the card is former WBA light welterweight champion Regis Prograis, 25-1, 21 knockouts, taking on journeyman Ivan Redcash, 23-5-1, 18 KOs in a 10-round match. Regis Prograis, Ivan Redcash. Man, come on, bro. You know what I would have rather seen? But I know he can't make 140. I would have rather seen Adrian Broner or Regis Prograis on this Triller shit. Real talk. I would have liked to see Adrian Broner or Regis Prograis. Not Ivan Redcash, the same Redcash that we seen getting blitzed They goddamn Javonte Davis was goddamn throwing hand grenades. Had him wobbled up on the ropes, doing the stanky, the noodles, all that shit. But he's gonna fight Regis. I guess that's gonna be a pretty decent fight on the card. You know what I'm saying? It should be it should be pretty decent engagement. Former light heavyweight champion Antonio Tarver battling 41-year-old former UFC fighter Frank Mir, who will be making his debut. This is a mismatch. Despite Tarver being 52-year-old, he still has so much experience in boxing, and Mir has zilch going for him. Tarver last fought was 2015, but Frank Mir don't have a chance. Fighting to a 12-round draw against Stephen Cunningham. Let me tell you something about Frank Mir. Very educated fighter in combat sports, right? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Frank Mir can box better than what people will give him credit for, especially against Antonio Tarver. I've seen Antonio Tarver getting it in, man, working his ass off. I ain't going to lie. Now, I ain't saying Frank Mir's going to fuck up Tarver. It's not going to, I don't see that happening at all. But I do see him lasting a bit longer. I don't see Tarver going in there and closing him out early like that. Early, what I mean by the first 2 rounds. I don't think it's going to be that way. Frank Mir is very smart, high combat sports IQ, and I'm pretty sure he's going to try to buy his time and look for the right shot with Antonio Tarver. But I see Tarver taking this shit by knockout. I do. I see him. I see him winning this fight. He's 52 years old. He's 50. No, let me see. He's barely 40. Yeah, Tarver is 52 years old, dog. Frank Mir is 41 years old. So we're looking at an 11-year difference. Then you have light heavyweight Joe Foreigner, 8-0, 8 knockouts. Facing music icon Andres Felipe Ladano. Foreigner, a former boxer, while Raycon is a music guy. You get the picture of how this one would end. This is going to be a slaughter. And this is the first time, like me even talking about this particular matchup. It's nothing I have to say about it. You have a boxer that's 8-0 going against a musician. I don't think this fight is going to last. It's not even worth talking about. Definitely, this fight might be a little bit thin, but it's not going to do damage to Triller because they do have Teofimo Lopez pending. They do. And that card's going to be fire. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. Appreciate you, Alex. Appreciate you. Mitch, can't hear you come back. All right, appreciate that. I took it off mute. You know what I'm saying? Nigga slipping, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all dropping that 411. Dion in the building. What's good? He said Dion Nicholson versus FA approach April 17. Yeah, man. Hey, check out, for those of you that don't know Dion Nicholson, Dion Equalizer Nicholson, man. He's a cruiserweight. I think he said he might sometime drop down to light heavy, but he's a cruiserweight right now, and he has put the division on notice, man. Shout out to Dion Nicholson, man. Good dude, man. A tough ass fighter. Don't take him for granted. He can actually go in there and box, and he has a damn good gas tank, and he motivated to you go up there and get a title. You know what I'm saying? So keep your eye out. Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? For the Equalizer over there in Alabama, man. Shout out to Dion, man. Dion Washington versus Boo Robinson. Dion Washington versus Boo Robinson, man. That was on behalf of Miss Chill Out World Combat Sports. No sound, bro. Yeah, I got it. It's all good. But man, just pay close attention though to Triller. Triller doing big things, y'all. Believe me, I'm trying to be in the building, man. I'm making some calls. I mean, I've actually spoken to some people that run Triller. I'm trying to be in the building next month. I'm trying, dog. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing about Triller, they don't have the same format. Like, let me just put it out there. Like, listen. Shout out to ES News, Ellie Setback, right? But peep this out. There's an extensive amount of media outlets and segues that's out here. I understand Ellie's been in the game. His father was in the game. He's been in the game. I have no problem with Ellie Setback. I'm just talking about the individuals that believes that you have to put in the amount of time rather than have the actual work ethic or whatever to go out here and get the interview the same way. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him out there, and I commend him for being in there. You know, while he was doing his thing, I was in the military. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe, I'll tell you like this. I'm not putting in 15 years just to get common access when I can go ahead and communicate with people the same way. I don't even think it's logical to even believe that. So you have to go out here and get it. You have to make the phone calls. If they check the box for you to get the shit, cool, you in. If not, you just move on to the next one. But he's one entity. One entity. Why not push the other hard workers that's out here like myself and allow us to access the same way? Why one entity? What are we going to do off one entity? ES News is one grand entity that's been on the grind for a while. And shout out to Ellie Setback, man, reporting. But me, myself, World Combat Sports, I pretty much think I did this shit from the ground floor up. And at my age, I'm not going to wait around for 15 years just to call people up and take me serious. If you don't know, if you think I need to go out here and buy, right? Let me buy 50,000 subscribers so it can look good. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, okay, let me check your YouTube out. Okay, so you have 55,000 subscribers, right? Okay, all right, right. Okay, let me check your videos out. Let me see what your video number's doing. You don't have a consistent 10,000 across. Man, come on, bro. We don't have time for that shit. I'm getting it where I can get it, period. There's a lot of outlets that's out here, and I just think if we out here grinding and shit, we should get the opportunity. Not everybody, but the usuals. Now that boxing's picking back up, you about to see some of these boxing outlets take it back to the field and get in there and get these interviews. Hopefully, I'll be able to attend some of them. That's all I can say. What's going on, Brotherhood in the building? Salute, man. He says, salute WCS. I got Charlo knocking out Benavidez. He's too young. Shit. So Benavidez is looking like a soft target, in your opinion? Why y'all think Charlo would knock him out if he went the distance with Darrianchenko? I don't see Darrianchenko taking any less punishment with Benavidez than he did with Charlo. I still see Darrianchenko getting his ass beat. Like Charlo, I ain't gonna lie, Charlo beat the shit out of Darrianchenko. I mean, he fucked him up. I think Benavidez will do him bad. He'll do him dirty. I think Benavidez will stop Darrianchenko. So to be at 168, Charlo, we don't know how he's gonna look. All I'm saying is he moved up from 54 to 60. And we've seen his fights at 60. He's going up to 68, and then he's going to be a knockout artist. I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough fight. I can't tell you who's going to win. Real talk. But I respect that brotherhood. I hear where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Alex say all these people hating on Triller are going to be the first ones to get on the bandwagon WCS. I feel you, bro. It's going to be legit. Just give them a little bit of time. That's what I'm saying. I already put it out there. I say, look, I did a live a time back. I say, man, y'all need to start paying attention to Triller. And I inserted Mauricio Sulaimán's words. I said, we're moving away from tradition on to evolution. Boxing has to change up, man. Boxing has to change up so much that it not only has to benefit the promotions, but it has to change up to the point where it's benefiting the fighters too. I want to see boxing change up so much that these fighters start to get paid and not having to return to the sport. I don't want to be sitting, down, barely. I have to wipe my eyes 4 times, barely can see who's fighting today. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to look up there and be like, damn, boxing still fucked up 15 years from now. I want to see some shit change, man. Like, I don't want to 10 years from now. I don't want to see Deontay Wilder return to the sport. I don't want to see Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, none of these cats as big names return to the sport. You look at Canelo Alvarez, man, he's making all the money so he won't have to return to the sport. Deontay Wilder's living good. Who else out here? Teofimo Lopez is beginning. He's starting to get his name out there. You got Haney that's advocating to make this money. You got certain fighters that's out here trying to make their price point for their brand and build that up early so they can be worth something on the back end, like a Pacquiao. Pacquiao at 42 years old, he goes into a fight knowing that he's going to get multi-million, 20 million easy. 20 million easy. Pacquiao totally understands. That's what I'm telling people. This is a guy who has 7 losses on his record. 7 losses, and Pacquiao goes into a fight knowing he's going to get that 15 to 20 mil. Sick, dog. That guy, the brotherhood, Dion say Triller better business model than the zone starting off. Just want to put that out there. Good shit, man. Good shit. Nice comparison. Brotherhood say, I think Benavidez footwork, now defense way worse than Darrianchenko. Well, like I said earlier, what I didn't like about Benavidez being squared up to Ronald Ellis. You know what I'm saying? He was so squared up. And though Ellis was able to get off his combinations, I was like, to a better boxer who can make him pay. If we can see that damn uppercut come from Charlo, make him pay by being squared off the way he is. I don't know. I don't know why Benavidez was fighting. He might have felt comfortable fighting that dude squared up the way he was. I'm talking about shoulder square, and he was just in front of him, walking him down. You have to make that motherfucker pay for coming in through the front door, just like a shotgun. You have to make him pay, whether it's to the body or up top. You have to make him pay so they would think twice about doing that shit again. And if you're good, you'll make the motherfuckers pay where they're incapable of walking you down no more. That means put them on their ass, period. But, Benavidez was just walking down Ellis, not a care in the world, man. Not a care in the world. And he was getting through. And that's why the fight was stopped at the end. We appreciate that input, man. Dion say, I go no higher than 165 if I'm Charlo. As long as I'm under 168, that's smoke legit. I'm still trying to figure out like the top names that Charlo has fought at 60. Canelo left the motherfucking building. He left the building. So to be honest with you, Dion, I'm looking at it like, what big names has he fought at 60 though? I mean, come on, man. Somebody drop it in the live chat. Let me know. What big names has he fought at 60, bro? He don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. No Gennady Golovkin. Gennady is on some other shit. Then Yoda Murata was just elevated to WBA super. So who has Charlo fought at 60, bro? Like, seriously. He got a ways to go. That's all I'm saying. He has a ways to go. I'm not even gonna bullshit you on that Charlo shit, bro. I'm still waiting on Charlo to fight a big name. And the big names are at 168 right now, man. Jump on up there. L-Dub, shout out to L-Dub, man. He told me that he might be fighting another name that's out there. But it's not the name. It's not the name that you think it is. It's not a David Benavidez. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is Charlo capping? Is Charlo capping for Benavidez? Both of them capping, knowing they ain't fighting each other next. We ain't got time to be going through an Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford type of back and forth verbal sparring online. We ain't got time to be hearing this shit no more, man. Yeah, but keep your eyes tuned. Keep your eyes tuned to Triller. I hope I get on deck to give y'all the exclusive. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really want to interview. There's some people on there I really want to interview that I haven't had the chance to interview yet. Regis, for whatever reason, I want to interview Regis. I want to interview. I interviewed Antonio Tarver before. I want to talk to Jake Paul and Ben Askren. I do. I really want to talk to them. I do. I really want to talk to Jake Paul and Ben Askren because Ben Askren, a lot of people don't take him serious. I don't take him serious in boxing. But I see he's training with a lot of motherfuckers that's legitimate official. They're official in the sport of boxing. Jake Paul is training with these cats. He's training with MMA guys. I saw him over there training with Jorge Masvidal. From my understanding, Jalen Love is training with Jake Paul. So I really want to ask him, what's his itinerary? What does he plan on doing in the sport of boxing? What you got going on, bro? Where you trying to go with this? When do you feel in your career, if you want to call it that you'll step in there with a legitimate boxer to test and see how good you truly are? Because right now, you knocked out Nate Robinson. Come on. We can't really give you that love, even though your name was out there, because Nate Robinson, he was face first on the canvas, man, right? Now you're stepping in here with Ben Askren. And let's be honest there, Jake Paul. Ben Askren had a hip replacement. That's since he's been out. He's still attached to the UFC, but they gave him permission to fight you. He's a mixed martial artist. He ain't never been knocked out by hands, fist, punches. He's been knocked out by Jorge Masvidal's knee, okay? And then he was submitted by Damian Maia. So for those of you that's thinking he's easy, Ben Askren's never been knocked out via punches. He came over to the UFC 18-0, y'all, and took his first loss of the Jorge Masvidal. 18-0, got a win over Robbie Lawler. 19-0, lost to Jorge Masvidal, lost to Damian Maia. So what y'all think about the Lomachenko shit and Devin Haney? Just let me know. Do you think it'll happen? I don't see it happening anytime soon. Would I like to see it happen? Of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Of course I would like to see it happen. I know it's a lot of back and forth been going on. You know, this is the most we ever seen Lomachenko talk shit. Like when Teofimo Lopez called him a bitch twice in the media, you didn't hear him respond. But ever since he lost to Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko has been very loquacious with talking shit all over the media and just coming back and forth and getting on Twitter. You didn't see that until he got his ass beat. So right now, I know they was talking about potentially him and Devin Haney in the future. But for what I understand, certain individuals don't want that fight to happen. So Haney has Jorge Linares coming up. We'll see how that fight plays out with Jorge Linares. Me, I'm looking at it like he has 5 losses. He's been knocked out. I'm really hoping that Haney can go in there and do the same, knock him out. I don't want anything less than that. Because Jorge Linares is a legitimate fighter. He's experienced as shit. And I really want to see different. I want to see something different than this fight. Think about it. Vasyl Lomachenko dropped him in the 11th, right? But he was still able to finish. I mean, I'll take that back. Didn't he stop him in the 11th with a body shot, if I'm not mistaken? He stopped him, right? So therefore, I'm looking at this like, can Devin Haney stop or do better what Vasyl Lomachenko did? We'll see. We'll see. It all depends. But it's a lot of cap that's going on out here, people. J8, I'm kind of with J8, man. Really, I want to ride with J8 on this shit. J8 said, Hooker with the upset. I mean, I'm pulling for Hooker, man. God damn, I'm pulling for Hooker. I ain't gonna lie, I'm pulling for Maurice Hooker, yo. I want him to go ahead and shot Virgil Ortiz. It's a lot of hype behind Virgil Ortiz, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes, man. I really want Maurice Hooker to show up, show out. Please fight a smart fight. Don't try to give us the Javier Fortuna, Robert Easter on the inside. Man, box this motherfucker, man. Box him. Because he's gonna give you that intensity. He's gonna give you that what you're looking for. If you want to go tit for tat, mano and mano, Virgil Ortiz is gonna give you that. I'm not trying to see Maurice Hooker go in here and lose a fight that I know he can win. Kevin Holland by KO this weekend. I don't know. I can't say, man. Kevin Holland is very talented. Derek Bronson, even though I talk so much shit about his chin being a motherfucking human kite, and he comes on the inside, letting his hands go, and his chin is up in the air like a kite in the springtime. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Derek Bronson, if he catches Holland, can win the fight. Seriously, I'm not sold on Holland yet, man. Holland has some shaky fights. It's a lot. Look, Kevin Holland remind me of my boy, who my boy Corey Anderson shut down. God damn, that's how irrelevant. God damn, I can't. Let me look him up right quick. The same thing. I just had him on the tip of my tongue. That's what Kevin Holland remind me of. All the hype. Hold on. Let me log in here. I'll tell you. I'll tell you right quick. Damn. I can't seem to pull up his motherfucking. Let me see. You know what? Let me Oh, you know what? What am I doing? But Derek Brunson, man, is 37 years old. It's going to be very interesting him with Kevin Holland. But hold on for a second. I'm trying to find a certain fighter. Hold on for a second. God damn, I cannot believe I forgot this dude's name, man. That's how bad he slipped. Oh my God, man. I can't believe how he slipped out of my thought process, man. And mixed martial arts at that. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna make this last. Oh, you know what? I found it. So this guy right here, he reminds me of Johnny Walker. That's who I wanted to say, Johnny Walker. He reminds me of Johnny Walker. There was a lot of hype behind Johnny Walker until Corey Anderson went in there and shut him down. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I'm definitely going with Maurice Hooker for the upset, man. I want him to pull this shit off. Loma and Devin not happening. Yeah, I understand that, but it was just one of those fantasy questions. Do you think if Haney stops Linares in dominating fashion, does he have a chance of beating Tio, or he needs to continue to build up his resume with better competition, who would be a good test for Devin? Okay, two parts to your question that's basically conflicting just a bit there, Alex. You think him knocking out Jorge Linares improves his chances of beating Tio, who's a much younger fighter and who's undefeated right now? Teofimo is undefeated, right? Jorge Linares is not. Teofimo has not faced defeat via knockout. Jorge Linares has. So therefore, if Devin Haney goes in there and execute or revisit something, such as a knockout with Jorge Linares, who has 5 stoppages on his record already, how does it improve his chances of going in there defeating Teofimo Lopez? It don't. Now, if you're talking about business-wise, in order for Team Lopez to accept, I can't tell you what they're going to accept or not. All I'm saying is the way you ask the two-part question is that, no, it doesn't improve him going in there beating Teofimo Lopez. It doesn't. It does nothing. He has to fight a younger fighter. He has to fight someone around like a Vasil Lomachenko. He has to go in there, either fight a common opponent like they trying to force Terrence Crawford to do. Fight a common opponent. Fight a Nakatani, fight a Comey, fight a Lomachenko. Then we'll have that determination. Troy Graham in the building, salute to you. It's going to be a good fight for sure, WCS, Hooker, and Ortiz. Absolutely, I agree. Troy said, I believe Hooker pity pats with his jab and doesn't use his reach and back straight up when pressured. Ortiz fights with a lot of passion and throws his punches with bad intentions. Can't disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz, they trying to give him that power when he's close distance. He is very structured and disciplined. He is. But some fighters, we can even say Vasil Lomachenko does this. Vasil Lomachenko does the 12 and the 3 with his jab. You know, it's a distraction. Vasil Lomachenko all the time. Look at it. He always does the touch jab. Boom, boom, boom. He'll do it 12 to 3. Maurice Hooker, he's faced the loss via knockout, and he's going to have to figure it out. But I totally feel where you're coming from with that. He's definitely going to have to be smarter with using his movement and not going straight back with Virgil Ortiz, who has legitimate knockout power. But people have to understand the touch jab is used for different reasons. Seriously, it's used for different reasons. Ortiz by stoppage. Troy, man. Ooh, Troy be up there. He said Ortiz gonna stop Maurice Hooker. You know what? I can't sit up here and say that because I was the one on here. I said that Maurice Hooker gets stopped in 6. I've even said that. Look, it's one of these fights with Maurice Hooker that I hope that he has a meta point in his career where he's getting knocked out like that, right? But even on another show, I'm thinking about it, and I'm just being real about it. Just what Troy said earlier, that happens with Maurice Hooker. When you go straight back, who did we see was going straight back in this more recent fight? Raymond Ford, perfect example. Raymond Ford fighting Perez. Perez was pushing forward, Ford going straight back to the ropes, high guard, and shelling up. He went straight back. I'm saying, damn, young fella, you in shape, bro. You young, you strong. Use your footwork. You look like you got good cardio. Why are you going straight back while Perez is not even leading and sticking the jab out there? He's just coming in with a right hand. He's doing the same shit McCaskill was doing to Brockes. Coming in right hand. No lead up, nothing. Just throwing the right hand. Raymond Ford goes back to the ropes. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Get off the damn ropes. Linares is a good little test for Haney, in my opinion. Linares, a good boxer, is a step in the right direction in a young fighter like Haney. Is more the performance he puts forth. Okay, the last line talking about more the performance he put forth. Yeah, blends in with what I was talking about. I never said it wasn't a good test. The question that Alex asked, does it prepare him, or in my perception of it all, does it provide him, in my opinion, a better sense of momentum heading in there to fight Teofimo Lopez if they do link up in the near future? If indeed he goes in here and knocks out Linares, does that mean his performance would be better against Teofimo Lopez? Hell no, I don't think that. He's just going in there with the opponent that Teofimo Lopez hasn't even fought yet. So I can say when you talk about it's more the performance he put forth, agreed. Absolutely. Then again, when it comes to, am I going to sit up here and say, hey, well, he went out there and knocked out Linares, he's ready for Teofimo. Totally different fighter. If we're trying to get Bud Crawford to fight common opponents of Errol Spence, why not we trying to push, the Devin Haney to fight common opponents of Teofimo Lopez? Let's just see one. Let's see if Nakatani. If Nakatani soft, prove it. If Richard Comey soft, prove it. If Vasil Lomachenko soft, prove it. That's all I'm saying. Troy, don't show nobody no love. Come on, man. Get Linares the fuck out of here. Thurman went straight back, and Pac-Man tapped that jaw in the first round of the fight. Touched the body first, though. Yeah, the one thing about it, though, Mitch, though, Thurman is not usually going straight backwards like that. Real talk. He's not that dude. He was the former unified champion. Thurman can box his ass. You know what I'm saying? He can box his ass off. Like, he was that dude. He was one time, right? But I'm talking about going straight back. Like, I just have to put Raymond Ford out there. You know what I'm saying? At least, oh man, oh my God. I'm definitely not trying to use Dominic Brazil and Otto Wallin as an example, but I have to. Even Otto Wallin, dog, every time Brazil was rushing him forward to try to land his left hand, right? Otto Wallin would come over the top with his right and pivot out. He didn't stay on the rope so Dominic Brazil can goddamn get off and do some damage and work his body. He didn't give him a chance. He did the exact same thing over and over again. Pivot out. Rigondeaux against Solis or Sabaz, whatever he fought when he came in, when he finally dropped down to bantamweight to fight for a WBA regular title. He was doing the same thing. Boom, right hook out the pocket, exit, reset, boom, boom, boom. Still sitting up against the ropes. Same thing. Same thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Thurman got touched up. Seriously, Thurman got touched up for sure. But I really like to see Thurman get back in there and fight Yordenis Ugas, man. I would really like to see that shit. Then Thurman can pick and choose. You know, put it this way. I'm not going to say pick and choose. It'll be good to see Crawford get that shot, to go in there with another belt, or just to see, you know, how he looks against Thurman, or have Thurman fight Errol Spence, who was calling him out when he had the titles. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just, a part of me is quite agitated with talking about Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Because if Keith Thurman picked up that WBA title right now, I don't know how the negotiation process will go. You're talking about a former unified champion with a current unified champion. I don't know. You know, the way Errol Spence is talking, he might put numbers up there and make it about money and try to get payback and shit, all because Thurman didn't give him a time of day when he had the titles. You see, that's the shit that need to go away. Focus on boxing, get these bouts made, and then so we can move the fuck on and watch you fight. That's it. Fuck all this social media shit, man. There's too much going on, especially with black fighters, man. We know what our culture is. We know motherfuckers like cars. We know we like houses. We like fashion. We know all that shit. But right now in this boxing game, man, we're looking for motherfuckers to do the shit that we see other counterparts, Latino fighters doing, taking risks, doing something big. Period. I'm not saying it's not a black fighter out there that's not doing it. I'm saying more of. You know what I'm saying? We need more fighters on the pound for pound list. Man, if Thurman take Ugas' belt, he fuck around and rematch Danny Garcia. God damn. God damn. Mitch is on the road. Shit. This mug said he'll fuck around and rematch Danny Garcia. God damn. You know what? That'll fuck the welterweight division up in boxing so bad. If Keith Thurman was to get his belt back, oh my God. And he said, I want to goddamn face Danny Garcia. I seriously, that shit won't happen. And, you know, just like Dion said, get Linares the fuck up out of here, then goddamn, we got to get Danny Garcia the fuck up out of here. Because he's talking about going to 54 to give it some pizzazz. Danny Garcia, no, get the fuck up out of here. Take your ass up to 54 and take that beat. If you want to go to 54 and get that work from anybody, like, seriously, who are you going to fight? Haney should get Linares out of there when he loses it by stoppage. Haney should get Linares out of there when he loses, it's by stoppage. A 12-0 sweep versus a good boxer like Linares is good luck, in my opinion. I'm just looking at it like this, Mitch. Why are we so quick? And you know this is gonna cut on the bulb. It's gonna click the bulb on. Why are we so quick to give Latino fighters this motherfucking pass to continue to lose and be relevant? Black fighters don't get that shit. Real talk. Danny Garcia loses. People like, oh yeah, Danny Garcia, come on back. You deserve this shot with Errol Spence. You just lost to Sean Porter trying to fight for the vacant WBC. Come on back. Why are they giving all these fighters second shots? How does Linares, who continue to lose by knockout, gets a pass by Mitch? How? How does he get a pass, bro? How are you giving him a waiver? You're adding value to his boxing Wall Street where he has 5 knockouts by 5 losses by knockouts. You know damn well you won't give a black boxer that. No, it's no way. You're not gonna give a brother that same type of attention and waiver. Hey, here go your waiver. Here your waiver. Thanks. You still got a little bit. The stocks are a little bit. It's floating. The stocks are still good, but we're gonna keep on working and we're gonna steadily float them back up. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. You still have stock in the game. No, fuck that. How does Linares is a good look? After Vasil Lomachenko fight, he went and got knocked out. He went and got knocked out, bro. How is he a good look? Now, granted, I tell you how he can be a good look for Devin Haney. If he goes in there and become a 6 knockout for Devin Haney, period. That's it. That's it. It's nothing short of that. No Gamboa, no freaking going the distance, proving to the people. No, go get his ass up out of there. Give us that Stephen Fulton, Angelo Leo type of action. Something. Man, if Thurman take Ugas belt, okay, Porter and White. Two fighters that come to mind when you speak of fighters taking risks. Oh my God, Troy, what dude, you tripping, dog? He said Porter and White. I'm gonna tell you like this, Troy. We disagree on that shit. Porter, okay. Sean Porter, okay. I get it. Dillian White? What risk are we talking about? These 2 words I'm about to mention both starts with an R. Risk versus recklessness. Risk versus recklessness. Dillian White. Reckless. Period. He's reckless. He's motherfucking reckless, dog. So who did he take risks? You talking about him facing Anthony Joshua? When at the end of the day he was stopped in round 7, right? You talking about the risk? Was it risk that he stepped in there with Derek Chisora? No, because him and Derek Chisora had the same mindset. They just gonna leave it all out there, and if they get chinned, so to speak, as they said over in the UK, you know what I'm saying? They don't worry about it. Boom, done. Styles make fights. Derek Chisora, Dillian White, they both blend in and mesh well together for competition. Who's next? Tony Parker? Dillian White was freaking in trouble in that fight. I think he's more of a reckless individual. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by risk taking, Dillian White name doesn't come up to me. Like, I understand Dillian White is trying to fight the big names over there. It just seems like he has more losses than he actually does. I guess in my defense, I don't see him making some of these fights look easy like it should be for him to be wanting to fight my boy Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit with Alexander Povetkin, I didn't put it past Dillian White to go in there and do some shit like that. Seriously, I expected him to do something stupid. And you know the fucked up thing about Dillian White is I've criticized him and Anthony Joshua all the same, right? And it was at one point in time that I thought he would be able to improve. I thought Dillian White would be able to improve. You know what I'm saying? And be a contender. But his mindset in the Alexander Povetkin fight told me that he doesn't have a clue. Be patient. Be patient. You're in one of the biggest fights of your career. Be fucking patient against Alexander Povetkin. He dropped the man twice, bro. You're good. Be patient. And then out of nowhere, Alexander Povetkin sends this man through the motherfucking Milky Way. Send it through the motherfucking Milky Way, dog. AK, what's good? L-Dub in the building. What's good with you? Appreciate that info, man. Benavidez with KO or TKO Spence and Jermall Charlo on the same contract with 1 week break. That won't happen. That won't happen. It sounds good. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good, but that shit won't happen. That shit won't happen. Believe that. That shit won't happen. Hold on for a second. I'm trying to adjust the lighting in here. Playing around with my gadgets. I'm just going to keep it like that. But look, I'll tell you like this. I think you trolling just a smidget about Spence and Jermall being wiped out by Benavidez in 1 week. That won't happen. Because for once, Jermall Charlo fights at 160. He's better equipped to handle Benavidez at that higher weight. But Spence, on the other hand, him coming off the accident, I don't think he's the same fighter, and he might have some trouble. Matter of fact, it's not no might. He will have trouble with Benavidez. Errol Spence will have trouble with Benavidez, period. But styles make fights, and Errol Spence style will match up really nice against Benavidez. I don't know what fight you were watching. Being overly patient and cautious is what caused White the fight. And that's a brilliant punch and set up by Povetkin. Well, not every fight, especially in the heavyweight division, being that we're talking about the big boys, when you have already dropped Povetkin twice, right? You have to be patient. When I mean patient, it doesn't mean this right here. Patience mean, placing the shots that you want to set up the next one. If you knock them down twice already, patience in my vocabulary is the fact that you're still working your offensive strategy. You're still being patient enough not to be reckless to walk in the front door with Alexander Povetkin and leave yourself exposed to get knocked the fuck out. Patient isn't just standing there with your guard up, being complacent. I think you're mixing up patient and complacency. That's not the same. Dillian White should have been patient. Boom, work. Keep on working, setting up his shot, using his combinations, moving his head, staying free, seeing what's going on. But yet and still, Dillian White gets complacent. He just zones the fuck out and he gets caught. Brilliant? I don't know about brilliant. I mean, he took advantage of Dillian White being Dillian White. You had the motherfucking momentum and you became complacent, and Alexander Povetkin put you to sleep. Brilliant, in my opinion, is what Gervonta Davis did. I'm just comparing the uppercuts. I'm just comparing the uppercuts. Brilliant, I can put on a Charlo because I can even compare that just a little bit more brilliance than Gervonta, even though they used a strategy. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta pulled. He pulled. Boom, slip, pop. He out of there. Charlo, same thing. Parried with the same hand. Parried, catch and shoot, boom, sent that right uppercut. Brilliant. High level freaking boxing right there. The way Charlo was able to knock out. I mean, it's just brilliant. Even Male Charlo knocking out Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin really ducked into a motherfucking wrecking ball. Charlo stuck him with that right uppercut when he was ducking. Shit was over. And in my opinion, those three knockouts is more brilliant than Dillian Whyte just standing up there and Alexander Povetkin landing that uppercut. I mean, I just can't put that on brilliance. Dude should have finished Povetkin when he had the fucking chance, dog. To be the skilled boxer, every round is a good look to me. That's all. I understand people want handing the KO, the older guy who gets KO all the time, though. Hell yeah. You know why we want that? Because KOs build up the intensity for the next fight that we really want to see. So therefore, after seeing the Gamboa fight, right, with Devin Haney, we truly want to see him go in here and demolish Jorge Linares. Then a person like myself will say, okay, shit, I'm looking forward to seeing this motherfucker because Gamboa went the distance, but Linares got knocked the fuck out. Even though he has knockouts on his record, he went and knocked him out. He cleaned him. So we'll see what happened next. From what I understand, Javier Fortuna may have the winner of Devin Haney, Jorge Linares. I don't fucking know. But I'll be honest with you. It's all up to Team Lopez on whether they want to fight Devin Haney at 135 because it's all about the money with them. It's all about legacy. If somehow, some way boxing allows T.O. to go up to 140 and fight with everything he has going on with Top Rank, you have to salute him for the way he's moving. Teofimo is moving the way he want. He has the motherfucking in fourth and fifth gear, and he's making transitions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to praise him for that shit. Seriously, you have to praise him for that. If what he has going on with Top Rank, and he's still able to make big fights, you got to salute him for making them decisions. For real. Ain't no excuses for the bag White. Got his ass sent to the upper room like Mortal Kombat. He was lacking and got clipped. Period. Troy, he was lacking, dog. Sense of a better word. He got caught lacking. Seriously. The op was on deck. The op was on deck, Troy. The op was Alexander Povetkin. When the op is anywhere in the proximity, you don't get caught lacking. You're not complacent. You remain alert and vigilant. And Dillian Whyte, man, he blew it. He blew it. And from what I hear, they're up here talking about a Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte eliminated. Cool. You think I'm not going to try to be at that fight? I'm definitely looking forward to it, dog. I hope. Look, I'm looking forward to it, man. If Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte is going to fight an eliminator, if that's the fantasy fight they're talking about, if everything works out to all these people that's saying, okay, we want to see a trilogy, we want to see Undisputed and all this shit, and the WBC is trying to embrace the idea of a Deontay Wilder, Dillian Whyte, cool. I'm telling you, for the fans like Troy, it's going to be the same condition as Dominique Brazil. Dillian Whyte is going to get his ass knocked clean the fuck out. EMT is going to have to go over there and get him the smelling salt. Oh, shit. What happened? What happened? Okay, I got a fight to go to. Oh, what round we in? Oh, we're not in a round no more. The fight's over. All here, Bomb Squad. I hope you at that fight, Troy, for real. That's your boy. You like, hey, you enamored by these UK fights. I get it. Troy say White was caught by a brilliant punch. He didn't want to walk in and expose himself. It's boxing there, Troy. Povetkin threw a brilliant punch and set up. Yes, brilliant name a current heavy could do what Povetkin did. Hey, listen, I don't need to compare Alexander Povetkin to another heavyweight just off one punch. Okay? Because you know where I'm going with this. It's plenty heavyweights that in that weight class, they can land a solid punch. It's plenty, right? But we know there's the one, Deontay Wilder, who's knocked out dudes as vicious as Alexander Povetkin. More vicious than Alexander Povetkin, period. I don't know about this brilliant. Like I say, I give Gervonta Davis more brilliant of a KO than Alexander Povetkin. I will give Charlo a more brilliant KO. I will give Male Charlo a more brilliant KO when you're talking about uppercuts. Charlo lost to Matt Korobov. Is it on his record though? If he lost the Korobov, is it on his record? Y'all have to stop saying fighters lost to this person and that person if it's not on their record. Is it on his record? Did he truly lose when the referee, basically when the scorecards was rendered, who hand was raised? Was it Korobov and Charlo was just standing there like this with his head down? Because only one Charlo has a loss, and that was against Tony Harrison. I have more nicknames, but okay. White was. Hey, I just want to let y'all know we do have an advocate for UK boxing. That's Troy Graham. White was knocked out. He's advocating for his boy. I'm surprised, Anthony Joshua ain't in the equation. I hope you ain't giving up. I hope you ain't giving up on AJ. White was knocked out and admitted, and amazingly, he made no excuses, nor did he take a year off after his loss. He's more of a true fighter and a man than most current heavyweights. Well, looking at the tune of that broken violin string, which is full of freaking, disdain for a certain fighter, I look at it like this, Troy. What does a year have to do with him getting knocked the fuck out? Because even he didn't step back in for immediate rematch because Alexander Povetkin got COVID. And then again, the shit was prolonged. So we're talking about COVID prolonging Alexander Povetkin and Dillian White, but COVID not prolonging Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, being that fight is big enough. Do you think we could have had that fight with no audience? No, right? So therefore, taking a year off, there's plenty of fighters who's coming back after having a year off during the pandemic. Nothing new. Tyson Fury too. Tyson Fury, the last time he fought was the same night Deontay Wilder fought, shouty. Come on, it was the same night. He's been out a year too. You have to juggle both of them equally in that conversation there, Troy. You just can't say that Deontay Wilder's taking a year off as if Tyson Fury has been fighting his ass off. You're the same one also said that they wasn't in arbitration no more. It's a done deal. Deontay Wilder's never fighting again. But yet the WBC is speaking as if Wilder is going to fight again. You, Troy, you said that Deontay Wilder career is over. He wasn't fighting again. That's hating. Wilder is retired. Boy, you better stop tripping there, Troy. White is scheduled to fight. Wilder has nothing to entire. Is the arbitration over with, though? Because don't let me start pulling up receipts about Tyson Fury and him on here crying and whining and talking about, I wish I would have been able to fight. I wish I could have stepped in the ring already. I just want to fight once. I would have taken the fight already. Wasn't he the same one saying he wasn't going to fight Wilder and then turn around and say Wilder might be next and all this other bullshit? Come on, man. He's been out the ring too since February 22nd, 2020. That's fine, bro. Keep that same energy. Once again, yeah, if he is, okay, cool. White is a fool. He was trying to get back in the ring 2 months later after suffering a devastating KO in the fight. he should have clearly won. 100% agree with that. It didn't make any sense that Dillian White crushed. He was pretty much being used as cattle, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Dillian White suffered such a brutal knockout that on a regional level, man, they probably would have suspended the fighter, according to what region it was, man, like 4 months, 5 months, man, for getting knocked the fuck out like that. That's 100% right, what you just said, Mitch. I mean, come on, man. Why would his team agree to have White, who competes in the heavyweight division, why would they allow him to sign on for a rematch after being slept the way he did? I mean, absolutely slept. It was brutal. WCS, out of these fighters chasing Canelo, who, in your opinion, would give Canelo the most problems? In your opinion, do you believe he will become undisputed? I truly believe Canelo Alvarez can become undisputed. I do. I truly believe he can become undisputed. I don't see Billy Joe Saunders giving him an extreme. I see it being a lopsided fight. You know what I'm saying? But the person, in my opinion, that will give Canelo Alvarez the most problems that I see right now, Jermall Charlo, man. I think Jermall Charlo boxing, his discipline as a boxer, will give Canelo Alvarez the most problems. I do. I truly believe Jermall Charlo. Now, you probably saying to yourself, well, why not David Benavidez? I just look at Benavidez, right? On if he selects to walk down Canelo Alvarez and takes the punches from Canelo Alvarez that he was taking from Ronald Ellis, he's going to be in trouble. Because Canelo is going to take out that motherfucking left shovel, the right shovel, and he's going to dig to the motherfucking body. Pop, pop. He's going to be dumping that motherfucking guts out there. He's just going to be shoveling that shit. Boom. Canelo's going to be doing construction on David Benavidez's body. He can't sit up there and box Canelo Alvarez straightforward right in front of him squared up like that. There's no way. And then, Caleb Plant, I like Sweet Hands for real. I like his boxing. I don't know if he has enough power to really gain the respect. And you probably saying to yourself, well, can he outbox him? I don't know, man. I don't know if he can outbox him enough to win a decision over Canelo Alvarez. I don't see Caleb Plant knocking him out, but I don't see him winning a decision. I don't see him winning a decision. It's just Canelo been making this shit look easy, bro. Somebody's going to have to demand that motherfucking respect, physical respect. You got to demand that physical respect from Canelo Alvarez. You got to do some shit to make him uncomfortable. If you allow Canelo Alvarez to be comfortable and get off and just pick and choose where he want to punch you at, whether it's the head or body, you in for a losing battle, period. Dion Washington say, Troy, chill out. Man, hey, Troy, if it's one individual that Troy despises and never met a day in his life, that's Deontay Wilder. Woo! But I bet if he saw AJ and he was on the side of the road and there's a whole lot of people gathered around, AJ up there taking pictures and shit, I think he'll leave his vehicle running and goddamn sprint up that motherfucker. Joshua! Oh. Troy would be up there as his best fan. AJ, finally, we meet. Can I please get a picture? I just want to put it up as my thumbnail when I'm on WCS. I just have to show him I got a picture with my idol, AJ. I think Canelo becomes undisputed at 68. Billy Joe Saunders is an easy belt to acquire. Plant can present problems, but I question his ability to maintain the pace it takes to beat Canelo. Yeah, I agree with that. That's pretty much what I just said. Yeah. I don't think Plant can handle that Canelo pace, to be honest. I don't think so, man. I don't see it, bro. Troy Grant White is retired. No, you're right, WCS. Benavidez didn't look that good in his last fight, to be honest. I took it different. I don't know why people say he didn't look that good. Look, he's at 168 and he fought a quality opponent. I think the decision he made on how he was going to contend with Ronald Ellis is the problem I got. He still got the job done. He's very surgical, accurate. I get it. Should change up to my webcam. Hold on for a second. Let me check my battery life, man. White is self-managed. He is his own boss. Okay, kudos. But just like Dion said about Linares there, Troy, get White the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. You know, he gets no love, man. Just like Dion said, get Linares up out of here. Get White the fuck up out of here. I'm done with that dude. I'm off. Povetkin retired White. He's making a comeback in the rematch. Man, you know, people need to make sure this dude is where he's supposed to be. Physically able, neurologically. They need to make sure they run the scans on White so we won't catch a death in the motherfucking ring. That's no bullshit. That's not joking around or anything. Alexander Povetkin knocked Dillian White the fuck out. I mean, in a bad way, did him dirty. Now, I put that on the same level as a step below Deontay Wilder knocking out freaking Arthur Spilker. Him knocking out Bermain Stavern. I can't put Dominique Brazil in there because Dominique Brazil actually attempted to get up. You feel me? He actually attempted to get up. He stumbled back to the ropes, but at least, you know, we can't say Dillian White. Dillian White was done. Should be getting sometimes receipts autocorrect on your ass, Troy. The only way Canelo has problem is if he move up to 175. Now, Mike in the building, what's good? According to who he faces. So Mike, who do you believe he have a problem with 175? Which champion up there? Because when Canelo goes up to these, moves up to these divisions, you know, he only faces who do you feel? Because he's already been up to 175, faced Kovalev, beat him. Right now, who do you feel he has the biggest problem with? What's going on, Michael Johnson Boxing Talking more in the building? What's good? Salute. Well, come on, I'm waiting on those receipts of White not taking, asking for, and getting an immediate rematch. Now, check this out. I don't think I said that he didn't ask for immediate rematch, right? This is what I'm saying about White. White, listen carefully, Troy, as I frame this for you, right? Dillian White was still fucked up and loopy when he got up and said, you know, I want a rematch. He was still freaking delusional. Shit was spinning. It was windy inside. You know what I'm saying? It was very breezy. And he was talking about, I want a rematch. Of course you want a rematch after you just waking up from a semi-coma. Of course you want a rematch. You're embarrassed and you want to right the wrong immediately. Who doesn't do that? Dillian White wanted to get back in there. He had the biggest opportunity and he wanted to prove to his people that he's not just a so-called name in the sport that people believe is tough enough to get knocked the fuck out. He don't want that shit to happen. So of course, Dillian White went up there and said, yeah, I want the immediate rematch. Because he just got knocked the fuck out, bro. Get the fuck out of here, Dillian. Dillian White knows how to lose. Good. Straight all the way sleep. Comatose, man. Dillian White knows what it's like to be a member of the Ambient Association. He understands what that is. You know what I'm saying? He understands what it means to be an unconscious participant in boxing. He knows. I'm not shedding light on it and being playful, but I'm just saying, Dillian White, bro, you dropped Alexander Povetkin. All you have to do is work for the knockout again. That's all you had to do, my brother. Be patient enough to let the knockout come to you again. You up on the scorecards. You having damn success, very solid success. All you had to do was be patient and not stupid. Maybe neurologically, Dillian White in a fight like that, where he was ahead, maybe he didn't want to be ahead. Maybe he didn't understand the you know what it truly meant, the magnitude of what he was doing to Alexander Povetkin. Maybe he didn't understand that Anthony Joshua stopped Alexander Povetkin, I think the 10th round. I think he stopped him. I think Dillian White didn't understand he was about to finish Alexander Povetkin better than Anthony Joshua. He might have not been able to handle. You know what I'm saying? He might didn't want to be in that position. I don't fucking know. I just know he need to get the fuck up out of here. Dillian White need to get the fuck up out of here with that. Povetkin was finna throw the same shot before the end of round 4. I think Arthur Benavidez would beat Canelo, in my opinion. Okay, Benavidez is this guy who is about to step back in there, and you know it's almost like him and you know Edgar Berlanga, and then you know it's another fighter that's out there. This you know you have these fighters that has equal the wins, equal the knockouts. He's due to step back in there, but he needs a fight like Canelo Alvarez. It'll be a tough fight. It'll be a tough fight for Canelo to step in there with Benavidez. It would be a tough fight for Canelo. I agree. But, you know, Canelo's been taking some of the weakest links at these higher divisions. Real talk. Don't come up here getting all upset. You know how WCS, I sliced this motherfucker down the middle with a hot blade. He stepped in there and fought Rocky Fielding and goddamn stopped it with a body shot to pick up that WBA world title, right? And then when he went out there, he fought Sergey Kovalev, who's much older, you know, regained his title from Alida Alvarez. So, you know, he's been in his wars. So he stopped freaking Sergey Kovalev, which I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought the fight was fixed. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't hesitate when I say that. I'm not saying it was freaking Canelo fixing it. I'm just saying all of a sudden Canelo lands his combination and we get the motherfucking Jason Rosario effect. You know, he just started losing his bodily functions and goddamn on the canvas and shit being all theatrical. I didn't think Canelo Alvarez hit him with anything like that. Like, I would have thought, if anything, the fight would have ended like Callum Smith. Callum Smith ended on his feet. It was a sorry-ass fight on his part, an attempt to retain his title. But I thought Sergey Kovalev would have ended the same way Callum Smith did. But no, he kind of gave us the theatrics like it was motherfucking Mel Charlo landing on Jason Rosario. He falls down and started doing the worm and shit. Percolate. Percolate. I'm like, damn, dog. What the fuck am I watching? Did you get hit that hard? I just thought the fight was fixed a little bit. That's all. Here comes the percolator. Here comes the percolator. That's what Jason Rosario was listening to. Here comes the percolator. Here comes the percolator. Oh my God, y'all stop that shit, bro. Canelo ain't gonna fight Arthur Benavidez. He gonna duck him too. I have to agree with that statement right now. The reason why I have to agree with that statement because it'll be a very tough fight for Canelo. He only has one loss. Canelo only has one loss, right? He's 55-1. Benavidez would be a tough one. Now, this is the crazy part about him stepping in with Benavidez. It's not going to hurt his career, bro. Canelo's at a point in his career, if he was to step up and attempt to fight Beterbiev, that's his name, not Benavidez, Beterbiev. If he fights Beterbiev and loses, it's not going to affect his career. There's people still going to love Canelo Alvarez. Man, the Mariachi is still going to come out there and serenade. Man, come on. He's established this sense of boxing royalty, Canelo Alvarez. He is. He's established this level of boxing royalty. If he goes in there and loses against Beterbiev, it's not going to affect him. Nobody's going to give a fuck about it. Seriously. The way the cruiserweight division is looking, if I was Canelo Alvarez, before he gets too deep into the 30s, go up there and get a motherfucking soft touch. Pick the champion that's up there that you can face and try to go up the cruiserweight. Why not? Why not, man? Why not? Canelo Alvarez lose to Beterbiev, and people are going to be like, okay, he's been taking risks. He's been challenging himself. And a part of me saying, okay, I agree. He's been, increasing the visions, taking these risks. Why not? See, one thing I really want, and Troy, if you have the time out, right? I'm going to make some arrangements. If indeed Dillian White faces Deontay Wilder in the future, I'm gonna try to accommodate your travel arrangements because I want you to be close enough to that fight so you would never jump on my live again in the chat and advocate for Dillian White. I want you to be so close to the ring to the point when Deontay Wilder knocks the soul out of him. You'll be right there to see that motherfucker float up to the damn the sky just like they did in Ghost. You see that shit just float up like this. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be close enough when he get knocked out, his soul leave. I want you to be able to see that motherfucker just float up like a ghost. All right. Just remember, I'm willing to help you with your travel accommodations to wherever the fight is being at, the location and venue, if that fight ever happens. Okay. I'm being a gentleman about it. I don't want you to continue to jump on my live advocating for Dillian White. Do you believe Fury AJ is the biggest fight in boxing history? I've been hearing that for a minute. I just wanted to hear your opinion. Hell no, I don't think it's the biggest fight. No. This is the reason why I don't believe it's the biggest fight because, like I said earlier, Tyson Fury is the type of guy who can make that shit look like him and Vladimir Klitschko. He can absolutely go in there and make this shit boring as fuck because to Tyson Fury, he really don't give a fuck about what the fans think. He's been able to come back from being a cheater and a motherfucking a champion who never defended his titles and a drug and addicted to drugs, right? A drug addict. So therefore, he comes back and he gets the paycheck against Anthony Joshua. He has to make sure he satisfies Bob Arum, right? He'll go in there and make that shit look boring as fuck. As far as it being the biggest fight in boxing history, and they're talking about it's going to supersede Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, I don't see it happening. You know why I don't see it happening? Because they're planning on going over to the sand again. They're trying to say they can go over to the sandbox and they're going to charge in UK $25 and shit for PPV. This is where that shit is going to suffer. That'll never be the biggest fight in boxing history. It don't matter if Eddie Hearn said both fighters are going to get 100 million. This is where it's going to get fucked up. Don't too many people over here in the U.S. outside of Troy Graham and 3 other people knows who the fuck Anthony Joshua is outside of him getting fucked up by Andy Ruiz. They know who Tyson Fury is. They seen him get fucked up by Deontay Wilder, and they seen him go in there in the rematch and win that night. All right. But this is the deal. People more so on social media and in the boxing universe, you know, you have pockets of individuals that sit up here hyping this fight. Oh, the biggest fight. Of course, these media segues are going to sit up here and say it's the biggest fight in boxing history. It's not. Because Anthony Joshua has not made his presence known in the U.S. enough globally. Anthony Joshua is not a global superstar. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, global superstars. Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino nation. Floyd Mayweather, the United States, global superstar. Multi-division champion, both sides. That's not the case with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. That's not the case. Look at the top 5. Look at the top 5 PPV. And you tell me how many heavyweights made it. Once again, let me show you. Look how many heavyweights are up there. You think this heavyweight fight? Come on, you're talking about Vander Holyfield, Mike Tyson. Both U.S. footprint. Both stars on the U.S. footprint. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to sit up here and break down anyone's freaking glory on this shit, but let me bring you a receipt right quick again. And you've seen it before. Look at this receipt right here. This is number 4. This is number 4. Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis, a dual citizen, all right? But yet he was known over here. He fought over here. He did. He was respected over in the U.S. Better than Anthony Joshua. 2.72 million. The 4th highest PPV bout. So you're trying to tell me, coming out of a motherfucking pandemic, you're trying to tell me that PPV-wise, you're going to get Tyson Fury, who low-key, a lot of motherfuckers don't like and know he's a dirty, grimy, cheating-ass individual, and Anthony Joshua, who is over there coddled in the motherfucking UK. You actually think that they're going to break this right here? Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao? My people, 5.77 million? My people, you're smarter than that. I know your intelligence level is just all the way up there when it comes to common sense logic. You think that Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, all because Eddie Hearn say that this shit is going to be 200 million. You actually believe that shit right there? You actually believe that shit going to pop off like that? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Real talk, it's not. It's not going to happen. Damn good question, Alex. It's not going to happen. To all the Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, a lot of people want this to happen because they hate Deontay Wilder. Period. A lot of people want this heavyweight fight to happen because they hate Deontay Wilder. And they just don't want to see him nowhere in the equation because down low, you know, when they're having their quiet time for themselves and they have their motherfucking yoga music on, they're reminiscing and saying, damn, I'm curious though. I'm truly curious what Deontay Wilder would do to Anthony Joshua. I'm just curious because they know Deontay will knock Anthony Joshua the fuck out. He would have did in 2018 and he would do it this year. Because Anthony Joshua, he's a different type of dude. He can't handle that pressure. Anthony Joshua is shielded by that UK protection plan that they have over there. Period. White woke up and stepped up. And suit. I'm not even going to finish. And glove it. No, I can't read that. I can't do it. I can't do it. Alex, if you have asked the question, you need to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself why. God damn. White blamed his loss and lucky punch and said he wasn't asleep. He got right up. Oh, Dillian White said he got right up, huh? Real talk. Hey, Mike. In his state, you know, they say we dream a lot. So if we was in an unconscious state, I've actually had dreams where I thought I was up walking. You too, everybody. He probably actually was unconscious, and in his dream, he was up walking around. And he was probably over at the ref saying, hey, I'm okay. Stop. Why are you waving the fight off? I'm okay. In his dream, he was telling him that. But really, to us, he was still knocked out asleep. I get it. White is fighting in 2 weeks. When is Wilder fight next? We'll get to that there, Troy. You just continue to protect neighboring fighters and basically having no sense of genuine love for the country that you have worked in and have been able to become a successful individual on the red, white, and blue with the stars and stripes and everything else. You choose to go over there to the UK and become a advocate, a boxing advocate for the other side. I don't know why you don't want to protect and look out and you know, for the same heavyweight love over here in the US. But man, you just AJ, Dillian White. It don't matter. Tyson Fury. It don't matter. You have that UK ambience going on. But goddamn it, Dillian White, get the fuck up out of here, bro. Lennox Lewis fought more in the US than the UK, no doubt. For real. That's all I'm saying, Mike. Like, real talk. Lennox Lewis was a different type of fighter. He wasn't no AJ. Let's get that straight. Lennox Lewis wasn't an AJ. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to compare AJ to Lennox Lewis. You know what I'm saying? The man has dual citizenship, right? All because he got knocked out by Hasim Rothman. So they was coming over here talking about, well, let's not forget Lennox Lewis. He was knocked out. He came back and got his titles. Stop it. They're not the same fighters, man. Lennox Lewis would have fucked AJ up if they was fighting in the same era. He would have fucked him up. Y'all know it. Y'all know that shit. Mike said Troy White is probably the worst boxer in the heavyweight division. Now I don't know about that. I gotta stay on code, like Dion said. I gotta stay on motherfucking code, dog, because you have to understand who we're looking at when we're talking about the worst boxer. I can't say he the worst, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got some fighters that's down there that's the worst, for real. Like, we got to put Daniel Dubois down at the bottom of the motherfucking barrel. Real. We have to put freaking Bermain Stavern down that motherfucker. Even though he's a former champion, we have to put Lucas Brown in that motherfucker. Like, we have to put some people down there, bro. Depending on how Chris Arreola look coming up. I mean, Dillian White ain't the worst heavyweight. Hell no. I've heard that before. Mike said Anthony Joshua is the modern day Frank Bruno. All bulk. You know what I'm saying? No brawn. You know, Anthony Joshua is really a boxing model. I mean, he's making his bag, though. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it's a part of him that still holds real estate in the Olympics. And the real ones understand where I'm going with it. He didn't win that gold medal round. He lost. A big part of Anthony Joshua still holding a resident in the Olympics. I gotta get some more agua. Hold on for a second, please. Troy, I don't know. I'm gonna start putting some of these comments up because they need to be seen. They need to be seen so when the replay is made, you know what I'm saying, we can reference this shit. Mike said, Troy, I don't know. Go ask Wilder, but hey, if White gets stretched again, make sure to bring that ass back to WCS. Talk to her, bro. That's all I'm saying, Troy. Just be a man with just a little bit of honor for the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it just seems like, you know, me being a proud military, it just seems like I'll have to take you as a POW because I'll say, damn, you know, if I had to go on a recon mission, special teams, and we had to go across enemy lines to retrieve, you know, somewhat individuals that used to be U.S. citizens and they betrayed their country and went across the lines, I will have to I see you in this boxing sense retrieving you from their enemy lines over there, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you don't look like you from here, man. Come over here. I ain't gonna ask you twice. Come over here, man. Put the zip ties on you, you know, take you to Guantanamo Bay for interrogation and see why you have so much love, man. Hold on for a second. See, that's what happened when you're using eCam. I wasn't expecting to be on here. What? How long? 2 hours down. It's just now shutting out. I did pretty good. It's a little bit blurry though. Hold on for a second. Retired people don't fight. I own my house. I pay mortgage. Let's talk about this though. I don't even think Dillian White defeats Luis Ortiz. I gotta fix this blur. I don't like it. Let me see. Okay, there it goes. Still a little blurry though. I don't like that shit. I don't know why all of a sudden it's getting blurry. Why are you tripping now? What's wrong with you? Shit. Why are you blurry all of a sudden? Lewis was a better fighter, but would his chin stand up to Joshua's punches? So what's this mythological sense that Joshua has all this knockout power? I mean, clearly Joseph Parker went the distance with him with ease. I mean, with ease. Seriously. He went the distance with Andy Ruiz, you know what I'm saying, in Saudi Arabia with ease. So what is all this knockout power? When he dropped Andy Ruiz the first time, why he couldn't finish him? I'm going to leave that alone. I'm giving too much love. I'm going to leave it alone, bro. I'm going to leave it alone. Might say, Troy, see, that right there is why you should stop typing and just listen, homeboy. I agree, man. But Troy, you know, he rocks for his UK step family. You know what I'm saying? He rocks for his UK step family. You know, I mean, when they finish eating, they just slide Troy the scraps and say, here, go ahead. You can finish that off. Thanks for looking out for, you know, we saw you on WCS taking up, you know, for Anthony Joshua. You keep on with that. We're gonna promote you to the table, okay? Hey, that's the UK. Now we gotta look at what Barry Hearn said about Dillian White. That should have told you everything, man. What Barry Hearn said about Dillian White. He basically just like Eddie Hearn said about Anthony Joshua when they came over here faking in an NYC. And he tried to make it seem like they was going to sign a contract for Deontay Wilder, which Eddie Hearn's name was the only one on it. He said, I can sign it. I own Anthony Joshua. Come on, look it up. Look it up. I can't read it. I just can't go on and on about what's public record there, Troy. You got to come with some new substance, bro. I already know that. There's no need for you to tell me he's a 2-time unified champion. It's the fact that when he was undefeated, he got his ass whooped by a last-minute replacement who was almost the same stature as Jarrell Miller, but, can box a little bit better. Real talk. He quit. Q-U-I-T. No E. No E. Q-U-I-T. Anthony Joshua quit. Man, that autocorrect. Didn't Mike just tell you about that, Troy? I bet your soul or be quiet. Don't look, I'm just having fun, dog. Don't take it serious. But come on now. Check your autocorrect. Check that motherfucker now. Troy, that's some weird witchcraft type off stiff. I'm just so weirdo. Shit. Man, hey. That doesn't do anything for me. But Luis Ortiz, man, he's out there. I like to see him and Wilder fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not Wilder. I like to see him and Dillian White fight. What about the situation that's brewing down at 130? Who would y'all like to see Oscar Valdez fight? You know what I'm saying? Oscar Valdez was talking that Gervonta Davis fight. Not Gervonta, Shakur Stevenson. That seems like it's not going to happen. That seems like it's not going to happen at all. And then you have Gary Russell Jr. and Ray Vargas coming up. That's going to be a solid fight, man. Ray Vargas is a school veteran, multi-division champion. He's coming up to featherweight right now to challenge the man himself, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. You gotta show him love for that. Real talk. I'm just always thinking and pondering to myself, tapping my head. Why didn't Gary Russell ever attempt to at least move up to junior lightweight? Why do you never attempt to move up the lightweight in your career? I just don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man. It's just bewildering to me, man. I don't know. But I can tell you the two divisions that's hot right now. It's going to be popping in 2021, this year. Of course, that 35 division, the lightweight division, and of course, the 140-pound division. Now, according to what Jermall Charlo decided to do at 154, it has a lot of shit that can pop off the right way up at 154 too. They just waiting on him and Brian Castano to unify, and then they're gonna take it from there. But I'm really looking forward to what those three division has for real. I can't say the super middleweight division is hot because it ain't. Like, no, everybody's just looking at Canelo to go up there with the broom and sweep that shit. Seriously, he picked up 2-for-1. He got a 2-for-1 sale at Goodwill. Up there facing motherfucking Callum Smith, right? Then Abner Yildirim was on the clearance rack too. And now he's going to Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is going to be his toughest fight at 68, but I don't look at that division as being on fire. I'm looking at more so the ones with names that can clash together and make some big fights. That's the 130 pounds. You got to throw them in there too. 30, 35, 40, and 54. Seriously. They got some names. They got some killers. I mean, especially that 54-pound division. Oh my God. Once we find out what Mel Charlo is doing and shit with the titles after he unifies, that's gonna be crazy. Y'all still entertaining Troy? See, one thing about me, Troy, I don't have no soul. I don't. That shit to my better soul with me. You're talking to the wrong person, bro. My shit is empty. Real talk. I told you to bet your soul you clearly don't want to, so conversation over. That soul talk don't do anything to me. And what I see him in life, that's done. Period. What you gonna do with my soul? You might not even be, you might not be strong enough to handle what you trying to take. You know what I'm saying? You might, that shit might go into you once again, like it's ghost. That shit might go in and you say, oh shit, I asked for too much. This is motherfucker too much. You talking about an adrenaline junkie. You talking about somebody who done seen some shit. I don't think you want this soul over here, Troy, for real. When Wilder dropped Fury, why couldn't he finish him? Good question. You know what I'm saying? Good question. But the fact remains he dropped him, though, twice. They both have bragging rights that both of them knocked each other down, quote unquote. But in my opinion, Wilder did it better because they was legitimate knockdowns. And one of the knockdowns in their rematch, it looked like a stumble to me. You know what I'm saying? He stumbled. I'm just being honest, man. What has Ortiz done that makes him your go-to guy at all times? I'm just saying Luis Ortiz only losses. This is gonna shut all this down, Troy. And I have to move on. This is gonna shut all this shit down, Troy. Check this out though. And you don't even have to damn send me a cash app for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to send me a cash app for this. But Luis Ortiz, only 2 losses to Deontay Wilder, right? Peep this out. I'm just putting that out as a preamble to where I'm going. So Luis Ortiz, only 2 losses to Deontay Wilder. Brutal knockouts. Brutal, right? So therefore, we look at the people in a sense that you're advocating for, Dillian White and shit. I just said Dillian White facing Luis Ortiz would be good. The reason why I say Dillian White facing Luis Ortiz because Luis Ortiz has been in there with the best heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder, right? Period. The reason why Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight champ because in order for Tyson Fury to be placed on the magazine as Fight of the Year with Teofimo Lopez, he had to defeat Deontay Wilder. So if Deontay Wilder was so-called trash, why did Tyson Fury get rewarded for defeating somebody that's 42-0 and 41 knockouts? Why was he rewarded? Why was he rewarded for fighting a heavyweight champ who reigned for over 5 years and 10 successful defenses? Why was Tyson Fury rewarded by being on the magazine with Teofimo Lopez for Fight of the Year? Because he defeated Deontay Wilder. That shows you how special Deontay Wilder was. Period. That's enough said. It's done. Sealed. Boom. Gone. If he wouldn't have fought Deontay Wilder, you can't sit up here and say Deontay ain't shit, but Tyson Fury gets put on the magazine after he defeated the one and only Bronze Bomber. Joshua's on top of the heavyweight. No, not at all. That's a farce. That's what I call in language 101 agitprop. That's propaganda. Fury can obviously box as well. He can cheat as well too. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't forget, Fury loves this shit right here. That's your boy, Troy. That's your boy right there. God damn it. That's your boy right here. Chop that up. Chop it. About to get that nose ready there, Troy. That's your boy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, y'all can hate on them all you want. I don't look for any freaking, candlelight dwellers out the window to agree with me. It don't matter. But all I can say is the fact remains: who did he defeat to get on the be placed on the magazine with Teofimo Lopez as co-op fighter of the year? Deontay Wilder. So in order for you to explain to me the lack of importance and value Deontay Wilder had as a reigning heavyweight champion, you need to also explain to me how the justification is to Tyson Fury being on the magazine for becoming the WBC heavyweight champ. How? What is the reward for that? We're talking about a guy who fought Sefer Seferi and Francisco Pianetta coming off a motherfucking hiatus. He gets knocked the fuck out, but thank God Troy slipped Jack Reese some of his rent money. You know what I'm saying? He gave Jack Reese some of his rent money. And Jack decided to take a little bit more prayer time in order to revive Tyson Fury. I say revive Tyson Fury. Bring him back to earth. Say, man, everybody. The man made it on the magazine because he defeated the one and only Bronze Bomber. Lion Killer Podcast in the building. Salute to you. What's good? What's good? Mike said, it's funny how people call Deontay Wilder trash but have 10 title defenses. Cracks me up. Bomb Squad. It doesn't crack me up there, Mike. It just comes down to the justification is on the magazine. Tyson Fury defeats Deontay Wilder. He gets placed on the magazine. It's fight of the year. So how can you become fight of the year if you fought one of the lower scale heavyweights? It doesn't work like that. They considered Deontay Wilder as being the best heavyweight. They just didn't want to acknowledge him being the best heavyweight. Seriously. What did Andy Ruiz get for defeating Anthony Joshua? What did he get? Explain to me, what did Andy Ruiz get for facing Anthony Joshua besides a paycheck? Did he get any recognition? No, because they wanted to make the rematch and hurry up and get that rematch. But y'all complain about Tyson Fury not being able to step back in the ring because they've been in the arbitration, right? But it didn't stop them from saying they fought in February, y'all. February. They fought February 2020. And on the entire year, pandemic, they placed on the magazine at the end of the year, fight of the year. One fight. One fight. Tyson Fury has one fight in 2020 that gets him on the magazine for fight of the year. One fucking fight, y'all. One fight. He gets put on the magazine. So how's that work though? If Deontay Wilder wasn't anything special, why did Tyson Fury receive the ultimate reward? Come on now. Nobody's putting Anthony Joshua on the motherfucking magazine for coming over here getting knocked out by Andy Ruiz in the United States. Come on, bro. He was knocked the fuck out, Troy. Wilder was not stopped. Wilder was not stopped. He was still fighting. You have to look at the ulterior entities that was there. All right. The ulterior entity for the first fight of Deontay Wilder and Tyson. Let me break this shit down. For Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, the ulterior entity that was there to assist was Jack Reese. But really, we know Tyson Fury was knocked the fuck out. The other entity that you can, associate with the outcome and influence of the fight was Mark Breland for throwing in the towel. Deontay Wilder was still fighting. We all seen it. It's true. It's validated. We all seen it. You need to provide justification for that, for real. Stop hating and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Stop hating and appreciate. Let me get a little closer because this thing keep going blurry. White only 2 losses are the future and former world champions. Future and former world champions. Okay. At 42 years old, okay, you still giving them, but y'all was saying Luis Ortiz, he don't have a chance, right? Okay, I got it. When Deontay Wilder was facing Luis Ortiz, he's too old. But y'all sit up here and celebrate and boost up Anthony Joshua stepping there with Alexander Povetkin. I got it. True. I got it. The best heavyweight champs with no belts who get beat up and stopped for 7 months. How you feel how the chop up Coke, sir? It was just a simulation. I wasn't chopping up anything. See? It's just a simulation there, Troy. Just one-on-one, cognizant processing. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your cognizant, process to work. Neurologically, you have to force yourself to think. It's just a simulation. But I'm not sure. You might have took it as going back to the dark side. You might have looked around left or right and said, shit, I wish I could go back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't know. I never did. But I was just simulating. TV. Come on, bro. TV. He's still a world champion, man. That's why when people see champions in person, they just don't have to be a legend for you to acknowledge them as champ. They are a champion. They are still acknowledged as a former, right? But etiquette-wise and politeness and respect, you still call them champ. When you go to all these autograph signings and you see all these legends and individuals who retire from the sport, it don't matter if they're a Hall of Famer or not. You say, hey, champ, how you doing? That's just what it is. Hey, champ, nice to meet you. It's a respect thing. You don't go up there and say, hey, how you doing, former champ? Is there a way I can get a picture? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. I have to break that shit down for you. It's not going to happen. Real talk. It's not going to happen. Seriously. I'm not really worried about who else has done it. I'm not worried about anything, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter who's done it before. I'm just saying right here, right now, in the heavyweight division of this era, that is my Muhammad Ali right there. Deontay Wilder, my Muhammad Ali. Period. That's the people's champ, bro. That's the people's champ. Real talk. I know it's tough for you to understand. That's the people's champ. But peep this out, though. People, hey, stay tuned for this weekend, man. Real talk. Stay tuned. I got to bounce, man. I got so much. I got some shit to take care of. But I appreciate y'all dropping through, man. Riding out, dropping your topics and everything. I appreciate the ones that pulled up to support WCS as always. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate the ones who donate to the channel. I know everybody got their stimulus check, but check this out. If you choose to somehow, some way, want to donate, there go the Cash App right there. WCS Sports. If you choose to donate, boom, taking that shit down. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. It's all good. But I definitely have to get up out of here and take care of some plans for some media shit today. And I want to wish everybody a happy stimulus week. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you, your lives have changed a little bit for this stimmy. A lot of y'all have got that stimmy in you. You know what I'm saying? That you got that stimmy energy. Don't let that stimmy energy turn into stimmy-itis. Make that stimmy energy work for you. Allow it to keep on growing. Because I know a lot of y'all was at the motherfucking mall. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at your stimmy on your feet. A lot of you went there and purchased some new clothes, some jewelry. And some of you right now, as we speaking, It's Thursday. A lot of you right now, it's only going on 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I know some of you right now at the restaurant waiting on your seafood dish to come out. I know you are. It's a lot of you. Hang on. Let me show you. Let me show you something what I did for my stem. This is what I'm about to eat. Let me tell you what I purchased for my stem. Look at that right there. Look at that. There you is. There you is right there. Look at that. That's called the chicken salad. I'm gonna have me a chicken salad. I'll probably have one of them gourmet salmon dishes tomorrow or whatever. You all over the place right now. We're talking about the heavyweight division primarily. Can't switch it all over the place, even though the topics have changed. But no, not today. But appreciate your support, everyone who pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Even though we don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to agree on everything. You know what I'm saying? But it was a point in time where I looked at this situation. I say, we still got time for it to recover. You know what I'm saying? Boxing can recover. Boxing can recover. We just need some big fights to put it back on the map. So just pay attention to what's going on, man. Support the sport, boxing, MMA. I still have to get on here and talk about that UFC 261 cards is going to be epic. That shit is going to be epic. And also some of the fight cards, some of the fights is coming up this weekend. But until then, man, y'all continue to handle business, support the channel, and turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man.